everyone! So today I was finally able to find the time to shoot this video and conclude the part 3 of our Australian journey. But before I go ahead, I just would like to say thank you to the sponsor of my lipstick today, Tita Portia of Portia's Plants. Share with you guys my experience on how I migrated to Australia, kung anong ginawa ko, kung magkano ginastos ko, and also the challenges and struggles na hinarap ko along the way. So at that time, nag-apply kami ng graduate visa noong August 2017 and then na-approve naman agad noong September 2017, which is good for 2 years. So, meron kaming 2 years para i-figure out kung paano kami makakapag-apply as PR. So, going back to my previous video in part 2, I mentioned that we were on temporary graduate visa after my husband graduated from his course. So, a temporary graduate visa or visa 485 is available for international students who recently graduated from an Australian institution. So this visa would allow you to stay in Australia for 2 to 4 years depending on your qualification. So visa 485 is very easy to apply to. You can do it yourself and online. So everything is there. It's very straightforward and you don't need to have an agent. While we were on temporary graduate visa, my husband has lodged his assessment with ACS or the Australian Computer Society. This is the assessing body for all IT occupations here in Australia. The ACS would let him know if he is qualified to apply for permanent residency, and they will also be the one to award the points for his experience and also for his education. So after 3 months, we were able to get a positive outcome from ACS. So my husband was qualified, although he did not receive any points for his experience. Still, we were able to lodge our expression of interest or EOI because he was able to achieve the minimum score of 65 points. So the most common way to migrate to Australia as a permanent resident is through the Skilled Independent Visa. To be qualified for this visa, you must have an occupation that is listed on the Skilled Occupation list. So I will include the link to the Skilled Occupation list on the description box. 2, you must have a suitable skills assessment. Just like what we did, we have his papers assessed by ACS. So for other occupations, you can check the assessing body on the Skilled Occupation list. It will be listed there. 3, you must satisfy the points test, which as of now, the minimum score is 65. 4, you don't need a sponsor for this visa. 5, you must be invited to apply. And 6, you must be under 45 years old to be invited. So you can check out if your occupation is listed in the Skilled Occupation list. So I'll put the link down below and I will discuss the point system further. So if your occupation is listed in the Skills Occupation list, then you can go ahead and proceed with the next steps. So number 2 is you need to have an English proficiency test. So most cases requires IELTS, but we also have OET for medical professions, and now we also have PTE. So you need to take the English test that would be accepted by your assessing body. So you'd have to check their website and see what kind of English test they would accept. But personally, I would suggest if PTE is accepted that you go for PTE. I think it's easier because you don't have to talk personally to an interviewer during the speaking test. It is a full computerized exam. Once you get your English proficiency test results and you were able to satisfy the criteria needed by your assessing body, then you can go ahead and proceed to step 3. So step 3 is lodging an assessment with your assessing body. So your assessing body would require different documents, but would mainly require you to submit school credentials, experience documents, so they might require you for COE, for letters from your boss or curriculum vitae, so they would require those. So you need to complete these documents. They would all be listed in your assessing body's website. So once you have lodged your assessment, they would let you know of the outcome. Usually it's within 3 months, but right now because of the pandemic, I'm not sure if they have a lot of backlogs, so it might take a while. But anyway, once you get your assessment, they will let you know of your points for your experience and also the points for your education. So now I'm gonna show you the points table, so you can go ahead and calculate how many points you will be getting, but this would not be final because, as I mentioned, your assessing body will let you know of the final points they will be giving you for your education and experience. Though it looks so easy to get the 65 points, you should know that the invitation to apply for a permanent resident in Australia is based on the points. So the higher points get invited first. So let's say that you have 70 points and there are others who scored 90 or 95. So they will be invited first regardless if you lodge your EOI first. So I suggest that while you are waiting for your invitation, you find ways to increase your points. So one way to increase your points is through your experience. Another way is through your English proficiency. So if you haven't perfected the test, then go ahead and retake the English test so you get the full points. Also, most people don't know this, but there is also another test which is called the Credentialed Community Language. The test is like an interpreter or translator test. So you would have to translate English to your native language. So this test is not available at all countries. So you can go ahead and look online for the Credentialed Community Language test. So it will show you how much is the test and where you can take it. But if you pass this test, it will give you an additional 5 points. So once you have lodged your EOI, you can look up the ANZSCO website. I will put the link down below because they give out the predictions on when you will get the invite. So So the invitation process has been affected by the pandemic, so you must anticipate that it's taking a while for you to get invited, and also you must consider that the EOI is only valid for 2 years, and after 2 years, if you didn't get invited, you will have to redo the whole process. So just to give you an idea of our timeline, so we lodged our assessment with ACS in January 2018, and we received a positive outcome March 5, 2018. We lodged our EOI on March 9, 2018, and we were invited to apply for PR on November 13, 2018. We lodged our PR application in December 2018. We were granted our PR visa on March 2019. Once you get your invite, you will have 90 days to complete the requirements and also to get the medical exam done and also to pay for your fees for the PR application. And then once you have paid and submitted everything, just wait for around 3 months to get your visa approval. So this would depend on a case-by-case basis, and as I mentioned, the coronavirus pandemic has affected the process, so it would be advisable to check the immigration website now and then to get updated on the latest news and the latest process that they're doing. So that's it for our Australian journey. We have already applied for our citizenship last year, but because of the pandemic, we haven't heard anything yet. So we are still waiting for the schedule of our exam and interview, and then after that, the oath-taking ceremony. So that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! To shoot this video and conclude but before I go ahead, I just would like to say thank you to my donor so going back, visa or visa 489 list will have the assessing body in the list. So the skilled occupation list will tell you what assessing body you would need to be assessed by. So the skilled occupation list will let you know what is your assessing body.